Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. I want to talk about our stacking system in our pass game using the spacing concept, or what we call a base pass, where we can take one concept to beat all the coverages. Key teaching point here, the quarterback will use the same drop back technique, the same read key with 5 variations. It's a way to, again, beat all the coverages, but keep it sound and simple for your quarterback. Let's take a look. We like to always start our teaching from a 2x2 balance set because the picture is clean for the quarterback. This base pass or spacing concept, really simple. H is going to run a spot route in the middle. Z and X is run 8-yard stops with the back check releasing in a swing, and the A running a bubble and sit to his side. So it's a simple read progression. Quarterback reading that Sam backer to the H or slot receiver side, going inside out from deep to shallow. Okay, our first variation is simply to go to now a 3x1 set. One thing we've done with the system is the receivers stay with a rule route versus having to concept learn. So you can see here now 3x1 to the right, H still runs the spot, Z and X with the stops, H with the bubble sit, and the B 6 man protection, check and release. Quarterbacks now is going to read the will over the H, looking inside out, deep to shallow. Next variation is we stack the concept by simply changing the protection to 5-man, or what we call solo pro. The back will free release now. With that happening, quarterback still reads the same key, but he changes and reverses his progression of the receivers going outside in, shallow to deep. So now we'll look either to the A or the B on the swings, to the Z and the X on the stops, with the spot being third in the middle. Next, we'll stack to what we call a pivot tag. Once you start to see heavy man coverages, we simply do a hand signal for the pivot tag route adjustment. X and Z will now run speed outs and pivot back inside versus man. The H or S slot receiver will not spot up but run a hot slant to open grass. We'll still use our 6-man protection with the back, checking and releasing on the swing, and the A running the bubble and sit, but versus man, then he can go up the sideline. Quarterback still will read the same read key, the will here over the H or the slot, looking inside out, 1, 2, 3. Next, we can stack the system to just use our personnel better or different. We'll use what we call a pivot trade here. The A now will run the hot slant, and the H will run the bubble sit and go, trading routes. Read progression and keys are exactly the same for the quarterback, and we've got the pivot routes versus man with the X and the Z. Last, we can use something from University of Oregon and their spacing concept from a bunch formation 3x1. We simply call this a bunch exchange. Now the Z and the H will exchange routes. The Z runs the spot route. The H will burst out on a 45-degree angle to the outside to create space and then run his stop route. Quarterback still reads the will, going inside out, 1, 2, 3. You can see now we've got a simple way to stack one concept to be able to beat every coverage and keep it very simple and sound, both in technique and reads, for your quarterback to have great success with this one simple foundational pass concept. Thanks.